And hello, welcome to my channel. We're going to start by priming our face with our Rimmel London matte primer. I love this primer because I'm actually very oily and my pores are pretty big, and this minimizes my pores and helps allow my makeup to stick on. I apply it in my T-zone area, as you see that I'm showing, and now I'm just rubbing it into the skin and massaging. I also prep my skin prior to doing this procedure, so everything was done off camera. If you would love to see a full facial routine, I would not mind doing that for you guys. As you can see, I'm applying down the neck and rubbing into the nose, ensuring that all the product is pushed into the skin. As you see, ignore this part that's in my hair. Now I'm going to show you my makeup brushes. I have a ton of brushes if you're also wanting to see this. My favorite thing to do my eyebrows with is the Wax in the City Trio Brow Duo. It's actually very pigmented. Our store does not carry it. I'm actually a serologist at Wax in the City. I specialize in waxing and a few other specialties as well. When doing my brows, I like to make them a little bit darker just because my hairs are dark. Some people like to use dark brown. I am not using black. In the palette, the darkest part is dark brown, and then it's like a blonde and then a light brown. I like to use both the light brown and the dark brown to help get my desired shade color and just the desired look that I like in general. As I was doing my brows, I noticed that one of the brows were slightly thinner than the other. That is definitely due to waxing over time and the hair just thinning out over time. So I am going to take a break from waxing my brows just so they can grow back a little bit more thicker and luscious. I literally dip between both the powders just to ensure that I'm getting the desired shade in the darkness. I will go between both brows just to make sure they are symmetrical because I love symmetry. I can't stand one brow that's up and then one brow that's down. I understand that eyebrows are not twins, they're definitely sisters. And I don't know about you guys, but girls, I promise you, brows are like the longest thing for me to do. I don't know what's your longest part of your routine. Comment below and let me know, just because I'm curious. Like, do you focus more on your base or do you focus more on your brows, your blush, your lips? Tell me all about it. I love to know. In a few, you will see me look left and right just because I do notice that they are thinning. I was like, something's not right. But you will see me fix that whenever I do the concealer in a second. Hey my makeup babes, so now I'm concealing my brows like I said I would. I'm using two colors, one that's lighter and one that's closer to my skin tone in the Pro Concealer L.A Girl. I love those concealers for concealing my brows and any imperfections on my face. You'll see that I will go in with the lighter color on the bottom, and then I will go in with the color that's more my color on top just to not give a halo brow. Whenever I'm laying my concealer, I like to use a flat concealer angle brush, one that's either round or one that's square. It just makes it easier when the bristles are firm and packed together to create a precise straight line. A tip that I like to give my makeup lovers that are new to makeup and not as seasoned is whenever you're doing your brows and you're doing a concealer and you can't get like a clean straight line, try to stamp dots and connect the dots. Work in smaller sections instead of larger sections. One thing that you will see me do several times is look closer to the camera, left, right, up and down, just different angles, because when people are looking at you, they're looking at you from different angles. Some people are shorter than you, some people are taller than you, some people are going to be on the left and some people are going to be on the right. But now we're actually using the color foundation or concealer that is on the top of the brows that will help match your skin tone to avoid the halo brow. As you can see, I noticed that the gap was right there. It was a clear picture for me, so I just decided to go in with the brow powder and just fill in the gap. Brow check, brow check. I already told you what it is. You want to look up, right, left, and down just because there are people taller than you and people that are shorter than you. You're going to be looked at from all different angles, so you want to make sure your brows don't look right in just only one angle. At this moment, I'm actually highlighting my under eyes. I didn't want to do nothing that was like too much, so I didn't want to apply foundation first. I'd rather just underpaint. Underpainting is one of my favorite things to do. And if you don't know what underpainting is, it's basically when you lay all your products first, your cream products, and you kind of just blend them together instead of doing foundation and then concealer and then contour, which is the traditional way to do makeup. Underpainting just to me gives the skin finish and it's less product on the face while looking like you have a full beat. This current moment, I think my cat like startled me. I don't know, but when I highlight, I like to highlight the top of my forehead, under my brows, the bridge of my nose, under my eyes, and the highest point of my cheek where I'll apply highlight. As you see, I'm going with my actual foundation color or concealer that's closer to my color, and I'm actually applying it in areas where I would blend the concealer to allow the highlight and the concealer of my color to blend in a lot better, so it's not having a line of demarcation. So as you can see, I'm just going back and forth on my hand to use the lighter and the concealer that's my color. At this point, I'm trying to angle my face straight to get that sculpted look whenever I apply my contour on top. So I'm just kind of preparing a shelf for my contour to give that oomph, that it, you know, that snatched cheek that everybody loves. The same for the nose. A lot of people like to go on the side of the nose. You want to go on top of the nose, not on the side of the nose, on top of the nose. And I'm going around the nose to give the cute little button look that people have. That's like natural. Shout out to my ladies and my men that have button noses because it's just so cute. At this point, you saw that I had the e.l.f. Magic Matte Spray. I spray my face. Ooh, not my fur. I spray my face and my brush just to ensure that the product can move evenly and that it's not blotchy and dry. You don't really want patchy makeup, so when you let the product sit too long and you try to move them with a dry brush and they're dry, it's not going to go anywhere. And if you try to blend it without like adding any moisture to the brush as far as like a setting mist, refreshing mist, or a Fix Plus spray or something, yeah, no, it's going to look really, really patchy looking. And as you can see, I like to blend the lighter colors into the darker colors. I touch the contour color last just because you don't want that muddy look on your face. You don't want your face to look too brown. You want to still have the highlight where the highlight's supposed to be and your foundation where your foundation is supposed to be. And I cannot stress enough, ladies and gentlemen, please, please, please blend until your life depends on it. It is okay. As you see, I am tap, 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 tap. We are not rubbing. You do not want to rub. You want to tap. You see, I slowed it down for you. You just need to tap in place. Do not drag. Do not slide because everything's just going to mix. It's going to create streaks and you do not want that. I promise you don't. Alright y'all, so let's talk about blending this contour. You see that I'm blending like a little bit forward but backward. You really want to blend towards the hairline. It just depends on the angle that you are in your face. Like right here where I'm on my cheek, I'm going up. But when I'm on my forehead, I'm going towards my hair. Because you don't want to push it forward into the highlight. You want to push it back into the hair. As you can see, like I said, you want to blend backwards into the hair when you're on the temples, and then when you're on the cheekbones, you want to go up. You want to go in different directions depending on the angle that you're working on in your face at that moment. Okay, Now, I remember when I said I like to start with the light and work my way to the darker colors. At this point, everything is blended in, so it's okay to kind of work in everything and bring it all together. I'm still not dragging, I'm still tapping everything. Just tap, 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 not drag, drag, drag. It may look like it just because I'm going pretty fast. I kind of like tap and drag just a little bit under the chin, but you don't really want to drag your makeup. You really want to tap into place so it stays in place. And listen, I hear some MUAs say that like if you gotta put foundation or something on your neck, then you're not shade matching right. I don't believe that 100%. I feel like makeup is up to your discretion and what you feel comfortable with. If you feel like you want to add a little bit on the neck because you want to add a little bit on the neck and you got some cleavage out, then girl, do you. Do not let nobody tell you what you can do. I promise you, makeup is the artistry to be free, to be honest. And as you see, we checking all angles, baby. Left, right. Ooh, look, left the spot. Had to pull that forehead back. Told you. But we just pushing it back. We making sure everything look good. And I'm just checking everything. Just making sure everything is laying how I want. But now we got the banana baking powder. I'm actually going to bake now. Girl, who loves to bake? I love that bright under eye. That trend that's going on is just to die for. I'm not going to lie. Okay, Instagram baddies. At this point, I'm just tapping the powder into my eyes. I'm not using too much just because I want it to act as a sponge. Sometimes I like to actually use a pressed powder first and then a loose powder. But depending on how I'm feeling or if I'm rushing, which in this case I was rushing, I just kind of went in straight for the loose powder instead of the pressed powder. So I'm just pressing it in the face instead of trying to bake and then create basically a clump of concealer because it was wet. So as you can see, loves, I'm actually making sure my concealer is blended out on my eye. I had noticed that I needed to blend it out a little bit more. And once you set your eyes or set anything on your face that's not blended correctly, that's how it's going to set. And I don't know about you, but I like a flawless beat. I don't want no patches and no splotchiness, girl. Not over here. So at this point, everything was blended into my liking, so I decided to go ahead and set my eyes. I don't believe I did any concealer on this look. I believe it was just like a natural kind of beat just because I was running late. One thing about me is, girl, I'm going to be late. I don't mean to, but I'm going to be late. Now we aggressively putting on face powder like, ooh, why so aggressive? But we just gonna set the rest of the face. I'm using a big old fluffy brush, not really nothing that's densely packed with bristles. I want it to be lightly powdered, so it may look like I'm going in crazy, but I'm touching my face pretty lightly, I promise. Alright, babes, so we're gonna go in and we're going to actually set all the creams that we done. First, beginning with the bronzer. I love a warm face. I don't know about y'all, but I don't care if it's cold. I don't care if it's hot. We gonna use bronzer, honey. We gonna be golden, okay? And as you can see, you see that I am pushing it back into the face. I'm barely tapping the face and I am barely using any product. I don't know if you've seen that I tapped it on the mirror a little bit. You never ever want to like go in really deep with a whole bunch of product. It's easy to build, but it's hard to remove. Always remember that. Little is better than too much. Also, y'all, I am so ready to try some more products. Like, I've been looking at this new Mario foundation that's just like skin. Y'all, I am dying to try it. It just because they say that it has like little micro pearls inside that gives that luminous glow, not glitter. I heard a MUA say that there's no glitter in it, but everybody's talking about, oh, it has glitter because it's glowing. No, but I'm ready to try it. Alright, babe, so we're going to go in and snatch this double chin. Like I said, you want to go under the chin, not on top of the chin. When you go on top of the chin, you give a double chin. You give the effect that, like, there's another piece of your face that is not blended. So you want to go under just to give that sculpted look and that snatched under chin to get rid of the double chin. Like I said, check the angles, baby. Check the angles. You're going to be looking up, down, left, and right. But it's time for the blush. Everybody's favorite part. Kid you not. I used to actually think that blushing was not for African American women. I do not know why. I think that was like the ignorance in me. But now that I'm more knowledgeable in the field and my line of work, I know that blushing is honestly for everybody. For the more African American or melaninated people, orange is going to be your favorite type of blush, but pink is also still cute, but orange just looks so good on people that have more pigment into their skin. And girl, y'all see how I'm doing that little bit of pout? It's okay to pout your lips to find your actual cheekbone where you should be applying to your blush, because some people put their blush like in the wrong spot or too low. So it's okay to kind of give yourself a pout to find the apples of your cheek. I actually like to bring it up to my temples and to my forehead, just because you don't blush only on your cheeks. Think about it. When you're in the sun beats on your forehead, the sun beats on your cheek. So there's various areas where you would turn red or have that hit of pink or that flush color. And apparently I ain't do eyeshadow, but I decided to use blush, and that is okay. I just decided to bring the pink back into my lids, and like I said, all angles, baby. Now we just digging, and there goes my pressed powder, honey. I decided to do the pressed powder, like I said, after the loose powder. I do my makeup different each time. Sometimes it's the same way, sometimes it's differently. But I'm lightly taking that pressed powder, and I'm just going over my whole face to set everything together, including the blush and the powder bronzer as well. Alright, babes, I cannot express this enough. You want to dip, tap, put some on. Okay, dip, tap, put some on. You do not want to go in and just put that stuff straight on your face. That will just, no. At this moment, I'm deciding to set my face, because at this point, I'm done laying creams and powders, and it is very critical to not touch your face at this point. Extremely important. Alright, what we looking for? It looked like we gonna whip out that mascara. Alright, so we gonna do some mascara now. I decided to not do lashes on this day just because I was already like 30 minutes late, and I would only been at the function for 20 minutes just because the job opened 20 minutes after I would have got there. So when I'm doing my mascara, I like to kind of focus the product on the tip of the wand, and then I'll like lay the wand flat, just depending on what part of the eye I'm working on. And I don't know about y'all, but I swear I have to look down in order to do my bottom lashes. And it's not that they're short, it's just I have to look down to see them. I can't look dead straight in the mirror. Am I the only one? Okay, boom. At this point, I think I was kind of okay with everything. I decided to look left, right, up, down like I told you, and boom, we get the Naked Illuminator highlight. I love this highlighter if you're going for something subtle and quick. I actually like to use the small fan brush that's in it, just because the crystals are really small and fine. As you can see, like they're fluttering in the camera. I know you see that glitter. It just looks so beautiful. And when I highlight, I like to take it on the highest point of my cheeks, and I'll take it above my brows just because you'll highlight the brows a little bit. The sun would honestly hit you right there where I'm blending at the moment. And then I like to do the tip of my nose. Honestly, a lot of people don't love a highlight or a bright highlight, but girl, I'm gonna look like a disco ball, and I don't even care. And one thing about me, I'm going to definitely give an inner corner highlight. I don't care what look I'm using or doing. It will definitely apply with whatever the look looks like, but we're definitely going to brighten the inner eyes for sure. You remember how I said that blush was like everybody's favorite part? Well, y'all, I love blush, but I also love my lips. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I love a juicy, succulent lip. And brown liner has always been my heart. I love other lip liners, but brown, yes, girl. As you can see, I'm folding my lip to ensure that I have a straight line all the way across and all the way on top, just because sometimes it's hard to draw your lips completely like straight and clean whenever your lips are just regular. You gotta sometimes fold them just to see the line. Sometimes I go in with my finger, but I also like to blot as well. I will use both, and just to kind of clean it up, make it straight, make it a little bit more precise. I'm actually using my nails, so I'm not dragging my skin. It may look like I'm rubbing the makeup on my face already, but I promise you I'm not. And y'all, for the year 2022, this has been my favorite lip gloss. I kid you not. It just gives me the 90s brown liner and clear gloss vibe. I have been loving this lip gloss. Also, if you're interested where I get a lot of my products, I definitely can let you guys on the tea. We do not gatekeep over here. I am definitely an open book. You are more than welcome to ask me anything. Comment, feedback, all of that. I am always willing to answer any questions. In this moment, you see me taking the wand of the lip gloss and kind of mixing that brown liner and the lip gloss together to not have a harsh line. I wanted it to blend a little bit more instead of looking separated. And now, the final review. Thank you, babies. I'll see you later.